Hello, everyone. We are here today with Megan from Cotton Bottom,
Hi.
and we're going to be talking everything cloth diapers, which is super fun for me, and I'm sure for you as well.
Sure is.
All right. So, first, tell us about your journey into cloth diapering.
Sure. So when I was pregnant with my first, I have two children, and my first was born 3.5 years ago. When I was pregnant with him, I went through all of those kind of natural nesting phases where you're cleaning a lot and organizing a lot, and I ran out of things to do, and I started doing some research nesting. So I was kind of learning as much as I could about all sorts of things, baby and family, and I came across cloth diapers, and I had never thought about them before. Even being an eco-conscious person, and also a budget-conscious person, I still had they hadn't really been on my radar at all because I was having my first child. So I started to do a ton of research and got really interested and just dove in and learned everything I could possibly learn about them. And then I cloth diapered my first child for 2.5 years till he potty trained. And then my baby, who's 7 months now, is still in cloth diapers.
Wonderful. Yeah, I had a kind of a similar experience with finding cloth diapers as well. Just I also worked third shift, so those nights I wasn't working. I was like, what is there to do except read, like baby center?
Mhm.
So that was my introduction to cloth diapers, and then I realized they're actually a lot of fun and very cute, and saved our family a ton of money.
Mhm.
And I felt like I was doing some good for the environment. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So you love cloth diapers so much that you started a business centered about around cloth diapers. So tell us like how that came about.
Sure. So, in the same way that I started researching and doing all the crazy nesting with my first pregnancy, with my second pregnancy, I started thinking about ways to make cloth diapers more mainstream, more available, simpler, more easier for people to understand. And I decided to start doing a class. So I started teaching multiple places around the city just to teach people how to use them and teach them all the different kinds. There's a lot of information, as I'm sure you remember, online about different styles and materials and brands, and it's really overwhelming and it's kind of a lot all at once to try and figure out. So I tried to simplify it. I wrote a class while I was pregnant, um, and then just started teaching it whenever the opportunity came up. And that's been really rewarding. I've helped a lot of families figure out cloth diapering that way. And then I just started thinking about how there's a lot of the issue that people have with cloth diapering, at least from the get-go, is that newborn cloth diapers are, while they're really tiny and perfect for a little newborn, they're a huge investment up front, and you only use them for a couple of months. So I can actually show you an example. So here is what's called a one-size diaper. So this is like a diaper that will fit a baby from birth to potty training. Companies say that they will, and they will fit, but they're huge on a newborn. And then here is the same exact diaper. I don't know if you can really tell the size difference, but it's a lot smaller. So I noticed a lot of people having issues finding diapers that were fitting their newborn. So they were skipping newborn cloth diapering and just waiting until their baby was big enough to fit in one of these guys. So I decided, wouldn't it be nice to be able to borrow some or rent some from someone just for that little window of time instead of investing hundreds of dollars on that tiny little size diaper that they'll eventually grow out of. So I kind of combined my class with the idea that people could borrow diapers, not only to just have the newborn size, but also to learn how to wash them, learn how to take care of them, learn how to fit them on their baby. It's kind of like just because you rent from us for a month or two doesn't mean we just like disappear at the end of that. We give ongoing support to people if they have ever have issues down the road with cloth diapering. So it kind of just started from me just wanting to help people. I just want to spread the word about cloth diapering, and that's why I started the business.
That's so great. I would I wish I would have had that option for that newborn phase. Especially my second child was 10 pounds, so I think he wore newborn diapers for like a week,
Mhm. So,
which I already had them from my older daughter, so it wasn't
mhm,
as much of an investment for us. But
for sure.
that's that's awesome. A lot of times, cloth diapers can be more affordable, and you just found a way to make them even more accessible and affordable. So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's the whole goal for sure.
So tell us a little bit more about the services and specific products that you offer.
So we have multiple rental packages. Most of them are newborn size, but we do have a one size package. So if people want to just try out cough diapers for, 4 to 8 weeks just to get a feel and to have our support through that process, they can start kind of at any time because the one size diapers fit, until kids potty train. So there's a really huge window of time. If people, their child is a year old or a year and a half old, they can still start. It's never too late to start or to learn how to do it. So we offer that one size rental package. We also offer multiple newborn size packages, and they're all a little bit different. I can show you some examples. So there's a kind of, what's that?
I said, yeah, I love the examples.
So there's, I think our most popular one is definitely called the mixtape package. So it has kind of a variety of all different kinds of diapers. So there's a lot of different varieties. This is what I like to say your grandma cloth diapered with. This is called a pre-fold. So this is just one big piece of material that can be folded multiple ways and put on baby that way. But then they get much fancier as time has gone on and more inventions have come to light with cloth diapers. So this is called an all-in-one. So this is just all one diaper sewn together, very similar to a disposable diaper. You just pop it on, and then once baby does their business, you throw it in a hamper instead of in the garbage. So, going from this old school way of cloth diapering to this fancy newer way, we have these two styles and then a couple of different ones in between so that people can sample all the different kinds and figure out what works best for their family. And then once they know what works best for their family, they are learning how to wash, and then they end up investing in their own for the long term. So they just borrow for a short period of time just to get a feel for it and to learn all about them, and then they go off on their own and get their own diapers. So the mixtape is definitely the most popular because it does give everyone a wide variety. We also have the all-in-one package, so that's just going to be a huge bundle of these diapers, just these really simple all-in-one diapers. That's really nice for families who kind of know that they don't want to try different styles. They just want to have the ease and the simplicity of something that's like a disposable diaper, but that doesn't sit in a landfill. So a lot of people, especially if they're going to, cloth diaper for the first time and cloth diaper a newborn, they just kind of want that ease. So they enjoy using this package for sure because it's all in one, baby. It's really easy.
That's great. So, with that, you're teaching the people that rent from you how to use the diapers as well, correct?
Yep, that's right. So we go through, I'm in the process right now of making some informational, instructional videos, especially right now because everyone's quarantined. So usually when I physically drop off a rental package to a family, if it's a local delivery, I'll just drop it off and I'll kind of open up the bag and show them all the different kinds and how to put them on and all that. We do it all that right there in their home, which is really nice. I come to them and they can just kind of have like a mini class. But since we can't do that because we're quarantined, I'm working on making some videos and so that people can kind of get a feel for what each one can offer and how to put them on. Sometimes there's a little bit of a learning curve, like with snaps on diapers. Where's the camera? There we go. So snaps are a little bit harder to maneuver and to make work as opposed to Velcro, which is, much like a disposable diaper. It just pops on and off like a disposable. So little things like that, I teach people how to snap them. And I lost my train of thought. Where was I? What were we talking about?
Teaching the families how to use the cloth diapers.
So in person, when I'm with them, I can give them those like one-on-one kind of demonstrations. And then we're always available via text or email if they have questions while they're using the diapers. And we also write our clients a personalized wash routine. So we work with them on finding the right detergent for their family. We take the they give us a picture of the control panel of their washing machine, and then we kind of look at the settings and figure out the best way for them to then wash the diapers, because that's a huge hurdle that people have, I think, is learning how to wash. They're nervous about it if they're getting clean enough, and there are some mistakes that can be made in washing that can make cloth diapering a lot harder. So I'm a really big advocate of learning how to wash right from the beginning so that you don't run into issues down the road. But if you do run into issues down the road, we're always there, to help consult and, try and get them on the back on the right path. So.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
That is definitely the thing that I hear the most is the washing is a lot. And it has been for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me why most people choose to cloth diaper, and well, let's just start with that question. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a bunch of reasons. Some people do it for economical reasons. Some people do it only for environmental reasons, for both. Some people need to do it for health reasons. So some babies are born with extremely sensitive skin. So sensitive that a disposable diaper is that they're allergic to the chemicals inside of most disposable diapers. So some families don't have a choice. They have to cloth diaper because a disposable diaper is not going to work on their baby's bum. So they're kind of thrown into having to learn how to do it, whether they like it or not. But I've talked to many families who have been in that situation, and they are thankful that they came across cloth diapers and were able to learn about them, because it's so much healthier for baby's bum. Even, disposable diapers that claim are clean or eco-friendly most times aren't. There's a lot of information about that online that you can read about, greenwashing and stuff like that with disposable diapers. So I think most families that I've talked with lately have been more on the environmental train. When I first started out, it was more a conversation about saving money for a lot of people. That's constantly what I heard, the reason that people wanted to cloth diaper. And as time has gone on and we've become more aware of what's happening to our environment, I think people are really focusing on the environmental aspect of it, and which is amazing. I mean, it's a disposable diaper sits in a landfill for 500 years. And so that's just one diaper from one baby. Think about how many babies and how many diapers have been thrown away over the years. It's actually funny whenever I talk about disposable diapers and how I'm not a big fan of them, although I do use them sometimes. My grandma is always like, why on earth would you choose to cloth diaper? It is such a pain. I can't believe, back in the day, I wish I had disposable diapers for my babies. She just cannot understand why I would put myself through washing diapers. But I'm like, Grandma, they're so much easier now. And they're so much cuter. You just got to learn about them. So yeah, so that's there are a lot of different reasons why people choose to use them. And I think over time you're using them for one reason, and then maybe you start using them for a different reason,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So have you noticed a change in why people are choosing to cloth diaper in the last couple of weeks, as we have some supply chain issues and it can be difficult to find disposables on the shelves in the stores or even to order on Amazon?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a lot of conversation on Facebook and all sorts of other places about people desperately searching for disposable diapers. It's actually kind of scary. There are families that are not able to find them, or if they are able to find them, they're only able to find them in really small packs. And when you're buying, 20 diapers at a time, that gets really, really expensive. So my heart breaks for families who aren't able to find the diapers that they need. And I think, that's just another reason why it's important to cloth diaper, because you kind of always have diapers. I mean, I guess over time you could maybe run out of laundry detergent and then not be able to find it to wash your diapers, but that's pretty much the only issue that you could run into. You're going to have these diapers forever. They last, for a super long time. So that's something I wanted to mention before too, is that you don't just use them for one child. Like you said before, you use them for multiple children. So they really, their resale value or the value of them over time is just phenomenal. Like there's no there's nothing that compares really. And it's, right now, not being able to find disposable diapers is just, like I said, it's heartbreaking. I feel so bad for families that can't find them and also can't find good resources to learn how to cloth diaper. So that's kind of why I'm here, because I want to teach people.
Yeah, you mentioned the value or the resaleability of them. I always found it amazing that it seemed like they could be used. I bought a lot of my cloth diapers used, and they resale at like 80%.
Yeah,
And
on the
they're still good.
Mm-hmm.
They still, no leaks. Sometimes elastic needs to be replaced, but I've had diapers that I have used for all three kids, and it is dependent on how much you invest up front. But yeah, cool. So, do you have a personal favorite diaper or print?
Wow, I'm looking at all my rental boxes over here in the corner. I have a favorite style. There's, like I said before, there's lots of different styles, but my favorite, let me see if I can find one. I don't know if I have one nearby. My favorite style is called a pocket diaper. So it's basically an outer shell with a stay dry material, and it has a little pocket sewn into it, so you stuff an insert inside the diaper. Let me see if I can grab one here. So here we go. So this is the inside here, and then there's this little pocket here that you can stuff an insert inside of. An insert can be made of anything. It can be made of, a pre-fold like this that's tri-folded into like a pad shape. And then you just slide that into the pocket. You could use an old t-shirt. You could use a really expensive hemp insert that's organic hemp and organic cotton. There's a ton of different options for pocket diapers. You can adjust the absorbency throughout your baby's stages. So, for a little tiny baby, you would use just like a little insert. And then as they get older, you start to, bulk it up a little more because they start to pee more. So I really like pocket diapers for their versatility. But I also really like all-in-one diapers. I think they're just really awesome, especially these days. Like, this is a Thirsties all-in-one newborn diaper. So it has this cotton and hemp inner. These little flaps come down so that it dries in the dryer a little bit faster. But I just like that they're all sewn together. They're super easy. The only downside to an all-in-one really is price. They can be more expensive. They're the most expensive style of diaper that you can find. As far as prints go, I mean, they're endless. They're just adorable. That's like the number one most amazing thing about cloth diapers is just these beautiful prints, and companies really kind of pride themselves on different, they do like limited edition releases. It's all very fancy. And I think it's just, really neat that, you can have something this adorable on your baby's bum and it doesn't have any nasty chemicals in it. So I've tried almost every style and brand that's available. I always tell people I've tried them all except for one, because that's true. There's a way of cloth diapering where you would put a pre-fold on baby, and then you would put a wool cover over them. So most of the time people use like one of these. It's just like a waterproof cover that goes over the top. So this is like a waterproof material. But some people do prefer to use wool because it is such an awesome material. I just haven't personally had the chance to try it yet. So I can't lie and say I've tried all of them, because that's the one I haven't done yet. But people love wool. People swear by it. I think it's such a natural, awesome way to cloth diaper too. So yeah, I could talk about diapers all day.
I think I've tried most of them too, except for the wool. And I think what deterred me was the price of a wool cover and the upkeep of them, which, you could go on and on about it, right?
Yeah.
So do you get any, what's the most common question you get about cloth diapers when you're working with someone who is thinking about starting?
I would say they have a lot of questions because there's so much to learn. But I think I think people are most hesitant or nervous about cleaning them and what's inside of them when you open them up. A lot of people want to know, what do you do with the poo? How do you fix the
Oh yeah.
So that's like the biggest question that people have, especially, when they take my class and we're like going through all the different styles and all the brands and all the materials that you can have. And they're just like looking at their watches, like, when are we going to talk about the poop? Because they just like want to know so bad, how do we deal with this? And I always tell people it's not as bad as you think it would be. I mean, if you're a parent, even a new parent, you've already had barf on you, pee on you, thrown at you. I mean, there's just like, you're always kind of getting something on your hands. So, and if you're using disposable diapers, you're probably getting poop on your hands. So, it's really not that much different. You do have to take care to remove it from the diaper in some situations before you wash it, but that's really, and if you want, I can go into more detail about that, because I know a lot of people are curious about, how it all works, but.
Yeah, I always tell people that, yeah, you have to change the diaper either way. And my experience was my children only had poo explosions all up their bag in disposables. I never had a poo explosion with a cloth diaper.
Yeah,
So it was actually less of a mess because I wasn't throwing away onesies or like in the grocery store trying to figure out what to do. It didn't leak.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the major benefits of cloth is that they don't, kids don't have blowouts in them, which is great. I mean, once in a great rare while, there will be, a massive one that just can't be contained. But for the most part, yeah, cloth diapers definitely hold it in a lot better. And it's something that, like, I always tell people there's like a very small window of time where it's kind of gross, like in between your baby being a newborn and when they first start eating solid foods. The consistency is a little bit difficult to deal with. But then, not to be too graphic, toward like the last, probably for like the last 18 months of my son's life, I was just plopping a turd in the toilet. Like, there's no scraping or spraying or swishing or anything. It's just kind of like, boop, plop it in the toilet, and then it goes, the diaper goes into the hamper. So it's really, there's just that middle stage. A lot of people don't know too that 100% breastfed babies, their poo is actually water soluble and it just melts away into the washing machine. So if your baby's just breastfed, you can just take the diaper right off full of poop and just put it in the hamper and wash it. And people are kind of weirded out by that, but I promise you that's how it works. And it's totally fine. And once you introduce formula or solid foods, that's when you have to start kind of removing it into the toilet. So.
Absolutely. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be, I promise.
Really not. Really not. I know. And it is kind of a weird thing to talk about or think about, but it's definitely part of everyday life with a baby. And, it's just how it goes. That's what you sign up for as a parent, right?
Yeah. All right. So anything else you want to mention before we sign off here?
Gosh, I don't know. Like I said, I could talk about diapers all day. I did want to mention that because April has Earth Day at the end of it, and because of everything that's happening in the world right now and people not being able to find disposable diapers, I am teaching one-on-one classes for free for the month of April. So we kind of touched on a couple things here, but there's a lot more to talk about and a lot more to learn about. And if people are interested in learning more about cloth diapers and just want to have like a FaceTime or a Zoom chat, and I can kind of show them all the different styles and brands and, talk to them about how to use them. I'm doing all free classes for the month of April. So if you want to let everybody know that they can contact me either through our website or via email. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. So, we're always on all of those social media platforms. So also, I wanted to mention one more thing, that we're offering 20% off of our rental packages for the month of April also to celebrate Earth Day. So there's a special code that you can use at checkout. So I don't know if you want we can like type that in here, or I can just.
Yeah, I'm putting it in right now. Okay. Tell me the code. I'll put it in.
Earth Day 2020. And so when they check out through our in their in the shopping cart on our website, they can enter that code and then get 20% off any rental. And just because you can sign up for a rental and pay for it now. If your baby's not going to be here until June, July, August, whatever, you can still get that 20% off now. And then, we'll start talking about, how it works, to rent from us after that. So we do ship to anywhere in the US for free. So even people who have friends in other states, you can let them know that we will ship to you for free. And we locally deliver anywhere to, in southeastern Wisconsin, we'll drop them off to you. So
great.
yeah.
All right. So, any questions from those of you out there on Facebook? I'll leave it a couple minutes to see if any questions pop up. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having
me. Cloth diapering has been near and dear to my heart, and I've greatly enjoyed it. You're showing those cute little newborn ones. Like, I wish I had a newborn to cloth diaper, but that would mean.
So cute. I just got a big shipment of new products in for our rental packages, so I was just going through them. Like, these wet bags are adorable. They're so pretty. These prints are just gorgeous.
I love it.
Yeah, this is my favorite new one. It's so cute. There's a lot of bright, shiny, new stuff to be sending people if they want to rent from us. So
awesome. All right. So thanks so much, and we'll see you again sometime soon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.